What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. You know, as of recently, I've been going kind of hard on the Jada Pinkett of the world, but I want to talk about Jada Pinkett's recent conversation on one of her Red Table Talk shows about her decision that she almost considered getting the Brazilian butt lift. And she was talking about this with her daughter, Willow Smith, and they were both talking about it. They both thought about it, almost did it, and decided that they would do it more natural, and they would go to the gym and work on that. And I thought that was interesting because, number one, Jada Pinkett is 50 and Willow are 20. She's 20. And I think about this, right? I just cannot imagine a 50-year-old man and a 20-year-old son, going to get some kind of augmentations on their body. And it kind of goes to show you that when a father and fathers and sons get along a lot more like fathers and sons. Mothers and daughters operate a lot like, there's a lot of sisterhood in that, if you know what I'm saying, especially in the black community. And even though Jada is clearly 30 years older than her daughter, there's a lot of things that I think that older women are influenced by younger generations. Older men, and I'm going to say this because, my dad is 26 years older than me. He wanted nothing to do with my generation. He completely hated us. Not like hated, and I came up in the 90s. He thought we were young punks. He thought we had no idea what we're talking about. Our generation was trash. Similar to how I think, younger guys' generations are trash now. And it hasn't been until recently that he's accepted me that I'm a man, right? And that I have my way of doing things. I've proven that some of my days work, and things like that. But, this is kind of really how guys are. Guys don't really have a lot of respect for the current generation of things, whereas women are more likely to adopt to it. And younger women have more influence on their mothers than younger men have on their fathers. Especially in the black community, this is more of a sister type of relationship, all right? Now, what I mean when I say that, both Jada and Willow Smith are thin women. Okay, they're not what you would consider to be, thick or anything. They both have shaved their heads, Willow Smith, she just looks like, like a female version of Will Smith in many cases. So I think that if you look at them, you kind of feel like in the black community, these are the kind of chicks that don't get a whole lot of run, right? We're gonna be honest. I think that Willow Smith's not an ugly lady. She's a nice looking lady. Jada Pinkett is very beautiful. But in the black community, women want to have butt, and it's not even a black thing now. Now it's more or less an American thing. A lot of ladies, because I remember, having a big butt or a nice ass was it wasn't how can I say it? It wasn't a black thing, but now it's you see white girls on TikTok and you see Hispanic women. It's an American thing now. But it's based on black culture. And women feel that they're not sexy if they don't really have this. So they're out there trying to build a butt naturally, trying to do these things and do this, stuff like that. And you see even older women talking about that, and Adrienne Banfield North, who's 67, and that's Jada's mom, right? And so you have three generations there talking about it. Women more often feel the pressure to do whatever it takes to stay young. It's all about youth. It's all about looking younger. What does that really mean when you break that down? How can we still appeal to a man? And let me just say this, Jada, and Adrienne Banfield North is also a very good looking woman. And looking good is a very important thing for women. Keeping themselves together is something that's great. But if we really want to be honest, Brazilian butt lifts is not what's going to keep you there. Now, if that wants to make you feel good for you having it, I mean, that's all good, because youth and beauty have a lot in common. Okay. But at the same time, again, it comes back to what is your value in the market of dating? Because you want to feel younger for why? I mean, yeah, you can feel younger for yourself, but you want to feel younger for usually why? It has everything to do with, I feel younger because I want to appeal to the opposite sex. Okay? That's what we're really dealing with here. I would like to feel younger to the opposite sex. Okay? But Brazilian butt lifts is not because there's so many chicks that are doing that, right? You have so many women that have natural big butts, especially in a country like 300 million. And you feel women, they want to do things that they feel that's going to make them happy. And here's another thing about women who are, why are y'all not asking what makes these guys happy? It's the Brazilian butt lift. It makes you feel younger. But then at the same time, you'll get that, and then you won't have, the dating opportunities that you want. Just like a lot of ladies in Atlanta, they're getting those butt jobs, going to the Dominican Republic. Is that getting them married? Is that getting them with guys that are going to take them more serious? I don't think so. But I do think there's a lot of pressure on black women in Black America to kind of look more or less like IG models. And I think that as much as because it used to be a time in Black America where you could be a black female nerd and it was more or less sexy. Black men has never been that way. But there is such, I would say, a pressure for black women to look more or less like IG models. I mean, if you even think about it, Michelle Obama, even though Beyonce is not an IG model, but she said Beyonce was her number one influence in her life. Somebody like Beyonce. Women want that sex appeal, in American society more or less today, and they want it with the kind of, the more or less they can look like Meg Thee Stallion, or something that gives them more sexual freedom, sexual empowerment. I've even heard that term before. And it can give you all of that, but if you're not a person that is worth keeping, it doesn't mean anything. And you see older women trying to do this. In my opinion, is to make up for the youth that they lost, dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays. So now, when you were naturally more attractive, and you didn't pick the right guys, you want to come back now at like 50. You want to come back now at 67, and now you want to get a nice ass to feel a little bit more, wanted in society. When the reality is that it could be already too late. What are the things that you have worked on that make you feel a little bit better? Not a little bit better, but have you learned how to treat people better? Have you become more personable? And people look at physicality so much and forget that men have a desire for the little things. It's not just, women want to think that, okay, all men like is a nice ass. All right, that's true to a certain degree, a certain extent. Yeah, nice asses are great. Okay, it's great. Nice tops are great. But if you don't have much to go along with that, it doesn't matter. Because there's plenty of ladies in there that have a nicer butt than certain ladies, look younger, and but what do you guys think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first content at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I am out.